Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to 999. We are here in the laboratory right where we left off, and we need to figure out a way to get Clover out of the room. If you remember, she got stuck in there last time, and find our way through this room. There's also a, let's see, there's a window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Well, I was hoping to go take a look at the mannequin. Apparently the mannequin, as we play through this, changes, I've been told, the description for it anyway, when you look at it. So we're going to check the mannequin after, every so often. The mannequin that was in the center of the room, because apparently that's important. Junpei, do something, please! I was planning on it. Quick, figure out how I'm gonna get out of here. Don't worry, I'm on it. Oh, I didn't mean to click that again. I keep accidentally clicking it. Okay. A silver handrail. Not terribly useful, I imagine. Okay, so that's the mannequin. Let's check it out. Is this like an examination table? No, that's a mannequin. I clicked the mannequin, not the table. There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. Oh, I guess I can't. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the heck were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. And there's a mannequin. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. Anything else? Okay, that's it. Okay. Anything else in here? Is that a water fountain? I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink. Like blood or something else. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? No, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. What about that weird box thing? I think this thing is the monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance, value, and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. Okay. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pin lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only use the pin on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pin. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Well, that's convenient. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? I think there's methods. I'm just not 100% sure on that. Give me a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. I'm gonna say he doesn't know. There are these stairs I just came down. The bars and the gate are just above me. Okay, so that's not useful. I guess this drain is for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here. Easy cleanup, I suppose? After whatever the heck experiment you're doing? So we have a door here. Some electrical stuff. Some more electrical stuff. Let's just start on the door, see what that does. This looks like the control for an electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display. That means it's locked. If we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. Hey, Clover. There's a door over here too. Wait. I'll be right there. I can hear her over there. Is this door gonna... Dang it. I can't open it. Clover, what about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. Yeah, I figured it would be like that. It looks like this door is the exit. The door on the right just goes to the laboratory. Nope, this door isn't going anywhere. No dice. It won't open. I mean, that's about as much as I expected. I don't think Zero would let us out of the room quite that easily. And, yeah, it looks like the control, I bet. The red light is on, then it's gotta be locked. There's a green light just below it. Although, that one isn't lit. I bet it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right? Yes, but how are we going to unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in a password. Well, there is that one monitor over there with a bunch of buttony things. We should check it out. I have no idea. Thanks for the help, Junpei. Okay, didn't think so. Okay. I think this is our most likely bet of having stuff over here, because there's quite a lot of things over here. There's a lot of stuff here. That's exactly what I said. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top, I think. It's a power cable. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. Oh. Oh, this is like a computer's power cable. Okay. This is definitely a power cable. Good job on that. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? There was that one computer in the room Clover's in, but we can't go in there quite yet. We'll check it out later. Okay. This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. We don't have a key yet. I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Maybe with the activator key? This is a really old type of keyboard. Thanks for the help. The hands on the clock have stopped moving. The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. We need to figure out a way out of here. I'm guessing the clock isn't part of the puzzle. I wonder what this cable is connected to. Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Is it really? I guess it must be. I can't see it, but they can, obviously. Okay, what about this bit? There are two levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nothing. I didn't think so. Nope. Doesn't look like anything's happened. And the only thing about the room that's changed is the lever down now. Not very impressive. Now I'm going to give a routine check to the mannequin to see if it's changed. The mannequin looks so sad. I gotta admit, I'm starting to feel kind of sorry for it. Am I getting attached to this thing? Maybe I should give it a name. How about the Science Boy? Junpei, he's a great guy. He can just make jokes in like the worst type of situations. Science Boy is lying on the table. His poor head is full of electrodes. Okay, so Science Boy's still there, lying on the table. Bye, Science Boy. That's funny. Okay, let's keep looking. So there's a computer here, or at least a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse. This monitor doesn't have a power cable. So one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not going to fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're going to need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. Oh, I have one of those things at home. Can I just bring it in the game? That's right. Okay. So we need to get, I forget what they're called, but there's just little plugs that take off the ground cable or something. A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Locked tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. I bet there is. What about these? At the very least, these are open. Ethanol. What is ethanol good for? I know it's an alcohol. You could use it to clean some computer parts. And I know it can be turned into like a fuel, but other than that, I don't really know anything. Let's ask Lotus about it, see what she has to say. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for sepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. You can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was an alcohol. And I suppose that it can clean stuff like that. Okay, so we can use it on that pin whenever we get in there. I wonder if we could just slip this through the barster. Anyway. Well, I guess that's all there is. Okay, so none of the other ones have anything. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Let's see if there's anything useful here. And no, nothing. I thought so. Let's just see if we can give Clover the ethanol. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Ha, just kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Okay. So did she wipe it? No, I don't. Doesn't matter what I hit it with. It might as well be made of steel. Let's check the mannequin. Nope, he's still the same. Okay. Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Use, huh? Soak it in ethanol and then use it to wash all the stuff off from the permanent marker, okay? Right. Okay, so I gotta soak the cloth in ethanol. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get her work on that stuff on the table. Anything else? No, Science Boy's still there. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Come on, Clover. Soak the cloth in ethanol and... Junpei! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table? Hey Clover, look at the table. I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid. I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Well, at least she's doing a bit better off. Anything from Science Boy? No, Science Boy's still there. He's totally chill, you know, just chilling out with his head full of electrodes. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it acquired. Okay. So new material's been added to the file screen. This is like the first time I've had to look at the file screen in forever. That'd be Clover's note. Okay. This looks like a tic-tac-toe board almost. And I'm going to write that down really quick, just in case it's useful, and if it is, I will put it up in the notes as well. So 3, 2, 4, 1. Okay, I got a really basic note of that down. I wish they just gave it to me as an inventory item, honestly. I don't know why I have to look in the file screen. That hasn't been useful up to now. No, I don't want to look at the glass. Okay. So... we now have a code. And we can't really... yeah, there's no way to input the password, though. If you want to open this door, I bet we need to do something somewhere else. Can I input a passcode here? I doubt it. Nah. I think our best bet... let's see, can we input a passcode here? It's pretty old-fashioned. The only place I could think of inputting a passcode would be at this one computer, but we need a better plug for it. What's in these boxes? Cardboard box, there's some papers and stuff in it. What's in the box? It looks like it's quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Well, I'm glad you don't. Is there anything else over here? I don't think so. Now it doesn't look like I can actually access anything. Oh, is there anything unusual on the machine? Well, I don't know, you know? There are a bunch of cords hanging from the bottom of it. Geez, this is a lot of cords. it looks like they all go over here to into the mannequin's head. So the device and the mannequin are connected. What the heck were they doing in there? Oh man. Back to when this laboratory was active, that wasn't a mannequin in there, I bet. It was a real live human on that table. I wonder what... No, I don't want to think about that. Anything from Science Boy? No, Science Boy's just chill still. You keep rocking on, Science Boy. It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. Seems sinister. And we can't use our power cable on this, right? Just to make sure. Got the power cable, but without the two-prong plug. That's the keyboard. And the mouse. I mean, where else can I look? Keyhole. But I don't have a key right yet. And that keyboard's old. Power distribution board and the control panel. They're not working at the moment. The only thing about the room that's changed is the lever. Okay, yeah, I already know about that. Let's ask Clover one more time about the power cord, and if I can't get any more information, I'll go look up what I need to do next. Wow, thanks, Clover. I mean, not Clover, whatever her name is. Alright, let's think about ways we could open this door. Like what? Thanks. Could I hand Clover the power cable? I hope those numbers are going to be helpful. Not in the slightest. Okay, I'm stumped. I apologize. I can't really find anything else to look at. So I'm going to go and look up what the next step is, so we will be right back. Okay, back again. Sorry about that. So apparently it's something on Clover's side that we need to look up. Also, apparently I'm supposed to, well, I'm not supposed to, but there was another interesting thing I could look at from this angle. There's actually a door here. Clover, there's a door in the back, isn't there? Oh, wait, right there. I'll take a look. Is it open? Oh no, it's locked. I can't get it to move. Okay, so yeah, not really anything of use, but it was another thing that if you're actually trying to get out, looking at the other door might be useful. Now, apparently what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to click this again once I've gotten the power cable. Or once I've figured out that the power cable won't plug into the computer. Hey, Clover, how are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me look. I guess she does kind of have to crouch down to get a look under there. The cable on the monitor has a... It's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Dang it, that's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector? It's the sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3 metal thingies into a plug with the 2 metal thingies. So yeah, that's what we need. We need the metal thingies. Still useless? No, not useless. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you hold on to it? Can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it over to you at the bars, okay? Okay, cool. It's very useful that these are bars and not like just like a solid door. You'd be completely stuck. Here you go. The 2-prong plug. Thanks. See? So yeah, this is one of those that turns a 3-prong plug into a 2-prong plug. Apparently these things are slightly more dangerous, but in the giant realm of things, it doesn't really do much of danger. So let's combine these 2 items together, I bet is how we have to do it. Okay, put the 2-prong plug onto the head of this power cable, and we've got a 2-pronged power cable. Look at that. Alright, so let's plug in this computer now. Alright, I've got the 2-pronged power cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor. With a soft hum, it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this. Huh? It's actually working. So it would seem. Isn't that kinda weird? What? Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working? Maybe it's a wireless display? Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus. Wireless display? Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly. Hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei? We are in the 21st century. He most certainly had not, but... Is that... normal? Yes, at least where I worked. Ooh. Where did she work? At this super fancy computer place where they had the money to have wireless monitors? As they spoke, the lines of letters suddenly stopped and disappeared. The only thing left on the screen was the word pass, followed by a colon. It looks like we need to enter a password. Again, there must be a hint around here somewhere. Maybe it's this little code I've got here? I don't know. Could you go take a look? Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do? I'll see if I can do something about this on my own. On your own? Yep, on my own. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it, in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. Look at Junpei, he's like, whoa, technology. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left and then right. Alright, let's kick it. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. What? Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words. Didn't expect that, did you? Of course I didn't. What kind of job do you have? What are you? I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. Why? Lotus blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell. She doesn't seem like the computer type of person. I don't know why, but she never did. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus' fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. Brute what? A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run such an attack on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little odd. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. Oh, what were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you. Alright? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See, isn't that strange? No. Not really. Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they decided that, they'd start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculations. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Okay. I get it, it's just a little odd way of explaining it. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing. Really. It's just, I thought maybe... What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Huh? Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor. Maybe the brain is just like an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought process actually occurs somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her. The brain is just an output device? Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultist religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If a memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose that would explain... I don't even know that word, and I'm gonna go look it up. Be right back. Okay, so looking up let's see how they say it here. Axphacius. It's basically brain damage, more or less. It's a little different, but it causes problems remembering words and losing the ability to speak, read, and write. And it's caused by stroke, usually. So, there's your learning lesson of the day. In blindsight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with... Oh gosh, another big word. Okay, so my best guess at how to say it is prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia. And it's a cognitive disorder where the ability to recognize faces is impaired. So, it appears to only deal with faces, but other things such as vision and decision-making don't get affected. Just another brain issue, basically. Wait a minute. So what? Oh, is she gonna explain what this means? He knew what his phasis was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia before? Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkeys' faces look the same. Even though they're obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. Prosopagnosia, huh? Can we stop saying that word? It's hard to say. I didn't even know that a kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though his entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting? Not funny. Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic to it. I've heard that word before, I've just never seen it typed out, so I didn't know exactly how to say it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high, and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Sorry, I had to make a cut, something was caught in my throat. Hee, piece of cake. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back, if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with... Whoa. 9 squares, arranged in a 3x3 square. And I bet we have to use this whatever code we had. What the heck is that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly, Lotus stood up. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff? I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See, the keyboard... Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? Let me take a break, alright? I did my part. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I really shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself. From here on out, he told himself he would rely on no one else. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. So if we can't access the keyboard, are we just using the mouse for this? Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was easy enough. Alright. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? If I were to hazard a guess... No, not that. Don't need the computer no more. If I was to hazard a guess, from here? The control device for the electronic door lock. The light is on. Here? Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Whoa, 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 what's this all about? And also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, we can talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of there right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this chick. So did that not open the door? Let me check the mannequin really quick, because it's been a while. Science boy. No, science boy has nothing to say anymore. He's just chill. What about that door? There's a double door. Seems to be locked, and unsurprisingly, won't open. Could be this computer. Everything suggests this door is the exit. The only problem is figuring out how it opens. Keyboard, the power distribution, and the control panel. They're not working at the moment. So what did that open? Oh, I think I might have figured it out. I gotta stop reading text. These ones. Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. What is that? There's more than one key in here. This one is small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. Probably that machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. Okay. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in the door on A deck. Well, if that's the case, then we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now, as for the other key, we got the activation key. Which is interesting. What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh! What is it? I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? The activation key? Yes, it has to be. I feel good about this. Okay. Oh, nope, more dialogue. Okay. I was about to end it right there, but that's fine, we can keep going. It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover. Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute? He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover. What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird? Well, he did talk about those lights. He had, like, a weird issue with the lights. Maybe it was the lights that did it. Maybe the lights are the real murderer. Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had to have been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him. He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something, that would help her. However, he did hear a lot of weird sounds and like, what's that? You know, that type of thing. Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. Hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, was he born... You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm. His arm? Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. Well, I had no idea. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm. Is that all you wanted to ask me? Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Sorry, Clover. Alright, okay, so we have this key, and I'm going to stop off for here for now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Check the Mannequin one last time. Science Boy is so chill right now. He has nothing that is stressing him out at all. He doesn't have a 9-hour time limit. He doesn't have a bomb in his stomach. I mean, he is the chillest guy we've seen on this boat. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more 999, where we use keys and open doors and investigate mannequins. Thanks for watching. Bye!